How many Rush-a-songs have there been at this point? There's the 2112 comeback after the failure of Caress of Steel and its Down the Tubes tour. There's the 2002 Vapor Chill / Russian Rio comeback after Neil Peart's tragedies made the idea of a reunion a near impossibility. And now here we are, after an actual impossibility. In this year of our Ged 2026, Russia has made another triumphant comeback after fans have had more than a decade to process the loss of the band. Fun facts, this 4-piece version of Rush marks the 8th edition of the band. You got Alex, John, and Jeff, Alex, John, Geddy, and Lindy, Alex, John, Geddy, and Bob, Alex, John, Geddy, and Mitch, Alex, John, and Geddy, Alex, Gary, and Geddy, Alex, Neil, and Geddy, and now Alex, Geddy, Anika, and Lauren. The first 6 incarnations cover just shy of a decade, August 68 through July 74. I bring this up for the precious few still grousing this tour isn't, quote, real Rush. Yeah, Peart's tenure lasted 41 years, and he's a god, but that's just the version you're familiar with. To Geddy and Alex, he was the new guy in the 7th lineup of the group. Rush is and has always been whatever they want it to be, and you don't get a vote. Now on to the headline. Anika Nilles, or Niles if you're Canadian, apparently, ahem.
This drummer named Anika Nilles.
And I'm Anika Nilles.
Hi, ich bin Anika Nilles, Schlagzeugerin.
Has in just a handful of shows completely shut up all but the most recalcitrant doubters. The shows are stunning in their range and ecstatic in their reception, front-loading the longest and most difficult material while Geddy and Alex bounce around like giddy schoolboys. Peart would be thrilled by his brother soldiering on in their choice of bandmates, but remember, this man wrote Ignorance Breeds Imitation. I also believe he'd approve of the liberties she's taken with his parts, which clearly have been co-signed by Geddy and Alex. Limelight shows how she honors Peart's compositional talent while not being slavish. Here it is, all 6 nights with Limelight's 20 parts and what she did with them. 2 quick notes. 1, this is based on audience recordings. Phone audio is imperfect to say the least. And 2, I'm not a drummer, I'm a songwriter, so my definition of a part or a variation of a part might miss minutia, like ghost notes on the snare or nuances of a galloping ride cymbal pattern. Basically, I'm looking at how she's mixing the formula up, and it is awesome. The colors are gradients of diversion. Gold parts are straight copy Neil most of the time. Green is when she took his idea and just put a new spin on it, probably just spontaneous variation. Blue means she did Neil's part in just a whole new way, mostly revoicings, doing like a snare fill on a tom or tom fill on a cymbal or something. And then teal is the most different, although very much still in his spirit. Green and gold make up 65%, put the blue ins and now 75% of the tune is all but identical to Peart's versions. She really only invented one completely new part, but damn, I love it. For the 3/4 intro of the chorus, instead of the one hand on the ride, she's doing offbeats on the hi-hat, creating a completely new pattern. The technique is familiar because Peart used it on the intro to Subdivisions. So it's less of a whole cloth invention and more of a borrow of the style. It's so cool. It's kind of my favorite part of Limelight right now. Putting aside the fidelity for parts to the originals, and hopefully for good, because honestly, I just want more variety, not less. The real exciting thing is how she's mixing it up every night. For example, the big hooky 7/4 riff that opens the song, she's played it 5 different ways across the 6 nights. That's insane, and I love it. In my Limelight deep dive, I discussed a classic approach for backbeating across odd meters, and I named them after some of my favorite drummers who've used the different approaches. Anika seems to be improvising approaches based on mood. Like, one night it's a Cameron on rep 2, another night it's a Katja in rep 3. It's a kind of spontaneity Rush has dabbled in but never truly embraced until now. This chart also indicates where there's rigidity and flexibility. She's not getting freaky with any of the riffs past the opening. This might be because there are 5 different riffs in the song, and they're all transitions. Limelight is unforgiving in its dynamics, going from double-handed hats in 7 directly into halftime 3/4.
The beginning of the chorus, for example, I play the 3 very clearly and very deliberately, and then it shifts back to 4 at the end of the chorus as we get the driving bit out of it. And then the guitar solo to a very slow 3 again, building back to a 4/4 climax, pounding.
The Jeff Porcaro in her feels free to dance with the longer groove sections. I hope that as she gets more comfortable with the song's slalom, she'll get more spontaneous with it. Mostly she's just locked in, and if you're feeling something different, you're feeling her feel, but the parts are by and large the same. It's just great seeing her being creative and seeing Rush being spontaneous. This means every time you see Limelight, you're going to have a different experience of Limelight. There's going to be different fills, different parts. There's going to be spontaneity happening throughout the song. This kind of improv spontaneity has never been on the table before for Rush. If you're looking for new things in a Rush concert, you're going to see extended sections like the extra chorus at the end of The Analog Kid or the extended bridge of Marathon. It's more of a compositional extension. And there is the end of Bravado, of course, which is more of a showcase for Al. I'm pretty sure Geddy and Neil were locked into a structure there. Now that this is on the table for a Rush show, like anything can happen. Across the 24 songs, there could be variations all over the place. So when you go to a Rush concert now, you can experience whole new versions of the songs in a way that was never possible in the past. That is amazing. I think this is why Alex and Geddy are so excited. You can see them having such a great time. It's not just her great feel. I think there's spontaneous things happening that are allowing them to feel freer and to, put the play in playing music. It's awesome. It is so exciting. I'm so happy for the band. I'm going to see them in Chicago on my birthday. Who can believe it? Go Rush. This is crazy. It's a pinch me. It's a pinch me moment for the Rush fandom. Nobody thought this would happen, not even the band themselves.
This terrible situation where we have to announce,
hi, we're going back on tour.
It's incredible. Okay, I'll see you out there, folks.